Hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Chesley McNeil. We are looking at our forecast for today, and we are anticipating the ice moving into our forecast area. Mainly ice is what we're going to see for today, folks. We're not worried about the snow. Snow up to the higher elevations of the North Georgia Mountains on the onset, which is what we've seen so far. But for the most part, we'll be looking at freezing rain that will be pushing into the forecast area. So we'll be watching for that as we head into the day today, especially by this afternoon. Let's say late afternoon going into the evening is when we'll find that. All right, 11 live weather impact alert for our area today. We'll have it for today, and it will last really through Monday. That's what we'll be looking at. Freezing rain, folks. Freezing rain is really the story. Two things in particular with freezing rain: slick roads. You know, it makes it hard to drive out there, so you don't want to be out there. Also, power outages. Hopefully you are ready. We've been warning you about this really all week long. We've been talking about it, showing you what could take place, and now it is upon us. You have to act as if today is the day, folks, that we need to be anchored where we're going to be and make sure we have all our supplies around us, what we need, make sure we got a good heating source just in case that power goes out, because it could be out for a long time, especially with the totals that we are anticipating for this afternoon. You can see so far we've been seeing up to the north where we had some precipitation, light for the most part. A lot of this just not reaching the ground at all, where it has been saturating some of the upper levels, making it down to the surface. It has been on the light side, maybe a flake or two, a sleet pellet or two, or even rain so far. And as a matter of fact, it's been up here to the northwest, but we've been seeing a little bit of precipitation, mainly up toward the Dalton area where you're below freezing. We've been seeing just a few flakes flying around. Down toward Georgia's Rome, it's just been mainly rain. You can see where the roads are still wet, no rain right now. And that wind every now and again will start to pick up. Right now you look at the flags and it's like, nothing going on. And then we'll get those winds coming in. Wind acts as a drying agent, at least for now, is on our side. So your roads are fine. No ice anywhere, at least not yet, but we're expecting that to move in again as we head into the afternoon. In fact, ice storm warning you can see for much of North Georgia. In fact, Georgia's Rome, Atlanta, over toward Athens and over toward Augusta is where we'll find that. And we are anticipating in this warning area to see significant ice accumulation taking place. We're talking about anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch the further north you go up here, and could see some isolated spots where they reach 1 inch of ice. That is a lot of ice to deal with, and that will cause problems, especially when you talk about trees being down and on roadways and also on power lines, even power lines being broken because of that ice weighing down the lines themselves. And so that's going to cause some issues for us. And we're talking about long-term outages. Here it is on our map here. You can see where we're looking at potentially, again, 3/4 of an inch of ice in a lot of spots. Again, some isolated spots that may get up to about 1 inch. When you talk about Murrayville up toward Tiger and then over toward Anderson in South Carolina, you're looking at Alpharetta, that blue area there, up to about 1/4 of an inch of ice. And that can do some damage as well. You're talking about numerous power outages there. And of course, roads that will be unpassable. And so you got to be on the lookout for that. Even though it cuts off here at Atlanta, even south of that, we're expecting to see some accumulations taking place. Let's go ahead and walk you through the timeline of what we expect to see today. Let's go over to Nicole.
Thanks, Chesley. So far, not a lot showing up on the radar. We've had a couple spotty showers here and there, and that will continue to be the case throughout today. So we'll have a few areas where there's a little bit of rain, a little freezing rain, perhaps some flurries, but through the next couple hours, not a lot going on as far as conditions are concerned. Now, as we make our way towards this afternoon and evening, things will start to pick up. I also want you to pay attention on this forecast map to temperatures. Notice that up into our far northern counties, some spots are either at or below freezing, but towards the metro and especially down towards the south, we're pretty far above freezing for the bulk of the day today. That colder air starts to wedge in from the north by this afternoon and evening, so temperatures will start dropping, and that's when we'll see that transition from rainfall to more of a wintry mix of sleet as well as freezing rain. By midnight tonight, I think the vast majority of us are at or below freezing, which means widespread freezing rain. So in a lot of spots, things will be pretty good throughout the day today. It's really later this afternoon and overnight tonight that conditions will deteriorate pretty rapidly. And most of our ice accumulation takes place tonight and into early tomorrow morning as temperatures remain below freezing. Now tomorrow, a little warm nose tries to make its way in tomorrow afternoon. That'll allow for temperatures through the Atlanta metro as well as off towards the west to get just far enough above the freezing point to transition back from sleet and freezing rain to flat out rainfall. Notice though, many locations up towards the northeast where we're anticipating those higher ice accumulation totals stay right around the freezing point, if not below it. So there will be a locations where we continue to accumulate ice, especially up towards the northeast of the city throughout the day on Sunday. Other spots will see a little bit of warming as rainfall moves through. This is good because it helps to get rid of some of the ice that accumulates tonight, but it also adds more moisture to the ground and leaves more water on the ground. And as temperatures plummet on Monday morning, we'll see additional refreezing. So tonight and into tomorrow morning, I think, is when our conditions will start to rapidly deteriorate. There may be some slight improvement for some during the day tomorrow, and then anything that's left on the ground is going to refreeze tomorrow night and into early Monday morning. Because of the timeline of this and those small intricacies in temperatures, we're expecting the highest impacts up towards the northeast, where major ice accumulation is expected. And then as you go down towards the southwest, those ice accumulation totals will be less. I mentioned that colder air moves in on Monday, and that is going to be the case. There will be some spots up towards the northeast of the city where we see those highest ice accumulations, where we do not get above freezing until Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures by Tuesday morning are down into the teens and the single digits, and feels like temperatures for many spots will be in the single digits on Tuesday morning. The sun comes out though, and we're in for a pretty cold week. Those high temperatures not really rebounding very much until Wednesday, with highs in the 40s.